On today's episode of Smoko Sailing,
we got some jitters.
Yeah, we have a little bit of jitters. We're heading out of the San Diego Bay. There's already some nice wind, like 5 knots, which is pretty great for inside the bay. This is literally the best conditions I've ever sailed in. Like, seriously, this is incredible. So
we got ourselves in a little bit of a pickle.
But we don't know how, though.
We're Armand and Leah, and this is our 4-legged first mate, Pino. We bought a sailboat with the dream of quitting the rat race and sailing the world. We sold most of our belongings, moved aboard Cosmo, and transformed her into a blue water cruising vessel. A year ago, we left our jobs and took off from our home port of Monterey, and since then, we've sailed over 2,000 miles down the Pacific coast and into the Sea of Cortez. From leaky bilges to rolly anchorages and unforgettable sunsets to unexpected fixes, we're learning to live simply, sail slowly, and enjoy the chaos along the way. This is our story. This is Smoko Sailing. San Diego was supposed to be a short stop on our way to Mexico, but it turned into nearly 4 months of living on anchor, enjoying city life, and slowly making this boat ready for cruising Mexico. It was a hard place to leave, but we were finally ready. And with the engine fix, there was nothing stopping us, and our departure day came very quickly.
We are leaving tonight at midnight. Aren't you excited?
Yeah, we're going to San Diego.
No, we're going to Mexico.
I mean, yeah, we're leaving San Diego. I'm like delirious.
Oh no. So they say you should sail south until the butter melts, right? That's the saying. So Leah, what do we got going on here?
Because we're such domesticated goddesses nowadays. Trying to get rid of my herbs in case Mexican officials make me get rid of my herb garden. So I was like, let me make infused butter. So I had melted butter and used thyme. And Armand was like, okay, we don't have room in our freezer. Let's put it outside to solidify it. It solidified! I literally made butter. I didn't need a freezer or fridge. I solidified my butter outside. So we're gonna keep it outside and keep going down south until it melts.
So we gotta get out of here because it is
so cold.
It's heater weather, right?
If I was hooked up to shore power, I would have my heater on.
So we're departing at midnight tonight. So running around, getting some last minute shopping done. Not too much to do, really.
No.
But just taking it easy, and we're gonna leave. And it looks like the weather's gonna be really nice. And I said that last time, and it wasn't. But
at least this time we'll be prepared. And it's a shorter trip.
So
60 miles.
Let's knock out these little chores today. Oh my goodies.
Beers.
Gas, I got it all. Beer.
Get back to the dinghy. Beer, check. Gas, check.
Hose.
Hose, check.
Our hose.
Another expensive marine exchange shopping trip, check. We're ready to go.
Yeah.
Who taught you how to pour a beer?
Well, I wonder if there's any beer with my foam.
It's very funny.
Ooh, it's very delicious though.
It's good. It's noon.
We've got some jitters.
Yeah, we have a little bit of jitters.
It's almost like 5 to 1.
We have like 2 more things to do. One is I want to clean the engine bay just in case there's any more drips. We have to pick up an Amazon package and then raise the dinghy, raise the outboard, and then pick up a little bit of stuff. And of course, it's extremely high winds in the anchorage right now.
I think we just got a little rattled because, as you saw, like we were on Shelter Island, we got our errands done, but what you didn't see, and I couldn't film, is the ride back from Shelter Island. It was wild.
Yeah.
It's high winds, it's high swells, the waves were nuts, we got soaked. So we were a little shaky from the ride.
Yeah. So we're gonna take 1 hour, cool off. We're splitting a beer because we're responsible adults.
This is seize a pint, save a pup. We're saving dogs here.
There you go.
This is a hazy IPA. Yeah, this is Second Chance Beer Company from San Diego.
They didn't give us this beer. We bought it.
Yeah, I bought it. I bought it with my own money from Total Wine.
Yeah. But we'll be okay. We're just a little jittery. Of course, you know, we're going international now. This is a big deal.
International.
We had a mini freak out because Leah thought I threw out like our marriage certificate and our boat registration and all the things.
This one loves to get rid of things.
Yeah, I hate.
And I'm like, where are all the documents? And he's like, well, I didn't throw everything away.
Yeah.
Turns out he put things in a different place. Yeah. I thought he threw away a bunch of stuff after scanning them.
Which would have been
I'm like, where's my birth certificate? False alarm. He's super lucked out because We've been waiting for this one last Amazon package. I've been almost like doomsday buying a bunch of stuff. I don't know why. Like, we're going to Mexico. We're still gonna be able to find a lot of stuff where we're going, especially Ensenada. I don't know also why I waited until the very last week to buy a bunch of stuff, but I was looking at the different systems we have in the boat. I started asking Armand a bunch of questions a couple of days before we were about to leave, and I said, hey, do we have spare water pumps? Another cruising couple asked what's our water tank capacity, and we're like, oh, we actually don't know. I know, we should know. Turns out we counted and we have 90 gallon water tank capacity combined. But I started Googling like what's the cruiser water tank capacity like average, and then someone was like, well, you know, the most important thing is being able to get to that water tank, so having water pumps. And I was like, okay, do we have a water pump? Turns out we didn't have a backup water pump. Anyways, we ordered one, and so this is the last Amazon package that we were waiting on. It's 3 p.m. and so luckily it arrived early because it was actually supposed to get delivered like by 10 p.m. so it could have been like really bad, but we're gonna pick it up downtown, take Pino on his last walk, maybe get a slice of cake at Zucchero, which is my favorite little Italian spot, fill up our water tanks, drop off our trash.
This become kind of a working boat here.
Our last little hurrah in San Diego, but not really a hurrah because we're not going out drinking. We're
not going to club?
Not going to the club. Vroom vroom. Let's last dinghy ride to San Diego.
I'm like so happy. Seriously, it's like we've been working for months, and I know we haven't gone there yet, but like it's a big deal. Yeah.
Who would have thunk we'd be here for 4 months?
Yeah. Too long.
Too long. Right, Frito. Our favorite place where I like to get all my cakes.
See the treats.
Okay. Carrot cake. It's the best carrot cake I've ever had. And a flourless hazelnut chocolate cake, which Armand loves. We've never eaten here before, but we always get the desserts here. I'm gonna miss them so much. Good morning.
Top of it. Literally.
Top of it. It's midnight.
We just got up and we're getting out of San Diego. Dog thinks we're leaving him behind, but you're not. You're coming with.
Yeah, I'm kind of awake.
Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. And there's actually wind out, so we're probably gonna sail pretty early out of here.
Yeah. Coffee going. We did a little bit of packing last night. Got our cold weather gear. Armand's very well prepared this time.
Oh yeah.
Prep the cabin. We're gonna take our stuff down from the deck, pack some stuff down, make sure that, you know, stuff isn't falling over when we're healing. Meals in case we get hungry, although it's like a 10-hour passage, so we really shouldn't be hungry. We've got some soup from our friends from Alivo. We're super stoked because soup underway is the best thing ever.
Yeah, and it's really funny. This is like actually one of the smaller legs we've ever done, but we're the most prepared. I think it's because it's international. I don't know why, or it's just maybe it's been a long time since we've traveled. We're like over prepared, which I'm pumped about.
We haven't done a long passage in, it's been, I think, 4 months. The last long passage, longer than 3 hours, has been from Catalina. So I think that we've been a little bit too complacent for a little too long, but we've also been engineless. We gotta get moving. I was gonna say moving, and I also was gonna say going, so it said going. But okay, let's get going.
Yeah.
Let's get going. Let me tell you folks, if you're sailing anywhere in California and you think, oh, you're sailing California, it's gonna be so warm. If you're anywhere on the West Coast, you need a good set of fallies. We learned our lesson the hard way. We invested in Helly Hansen Offshore foul weather gear. These are super awesome. They unzip, so I can easily just like unzip my butt and go to the bathroom without like taking everything off, and then I have an awesome jacket. You will stay so warm. We just pulled out of the anchorage where I feel like that's become my second home in California.
We're heading out of the San Diego Bay. There's already some nice wind, like 5 knots, which is pretty great for inside the bay. Estimated 10-15 knots. So hopefully we can sail most of this trip to Ensenada. I'm really hoping. Even though I just did all that engine work, I don't want to put any miles on her. Hours. Things are going well. We've got the sails up. It's nice and quiet. Leah's at the helm. Leah, how you feeling?
I'm cold.
You're cold? Oh, do you need to put more clothes on?
I just need to go somewhere south. There's not enough clothes.
Yeah. What's our wind speed and our hull speed?
We're kind of teetering between like 10 and 12 knots of wind speed, and then like about 4.5 knots.
Yeah. So having a good time, taking it nice and easy, and things are looking good. It's the Pacific Ocean, the big one. And here's a cold poodle, just like his mother. It's gonna be cool when the sun rises. I'm happy with the speed. I'd like to go a little faster, but once the sun rises, I think it'll pick up. So life is good, comfortable, quiet. Okay, a little bit of a face of defeat here. I had to turn on the engine. The wind like completely died, so a real bummer, but oh well, maybe just an hour or so until the wind picks up, maybe on sunrise. Pretty bummed out, but oh well, what are you gonna do?
As the sun rose, we found ourselves surrounded by the quiet magic only a sunrise at sea can bring. With just enough wind to move us forward, we shut off the engine, raised our sails, and started gliding through the water. We weren't just sailing to Mexico. We were sailing into a whole new chapter of our cruising adventure.
I was able to shut off the engine, so I don't know why. It was like 5 miles out. There was no wind, but now, I don't know, we're like 2 miles, 4 miles from the shore, and we're blowing 11, 12, 13 knots, but perfect. We're traveling 4.5, ripping. This is great. This is literally the best conditions I've ever sailed in. Like seriously, this is incredible. So I'm not tired at all. I'll probably crash tonight, but this is so cool. Leah.
Hello gang, the captain's chair is out. I am comfy at the helm.
Yeah, flying.
I took over a few hours ago, and as Armand had us set up going towards the shore, and I said, no, I don't like this. Because he had us going right by the coast, hugging the coastline, and I said, I can see inside people's houses. This is a little too close. And then as he settled in for his nap, the wind completely shut off. We ended up turning on the engine and motored out not even half a mile. I think we like motored for like maybe 5 minutes, and then I'm looking at, and it's like 12 knots of wind. I'm like, hey, let's raise the sails. And we raised the sails, and perfect conditions.
Yeah, so I think maybe I just got too, I don't know, exuberant, what's the word? But like, you know, I was like, oh, I can definitely make it around this point, but I wasn't thinking there's a wind shadow, so you gotta factor in that. So good call.
We've been averaging about 6 knots speed.
Yeah.
About like 13 to 15 wind speed, knots of wind. So it's like great. It's a little chilly because we've got a little bit of a shadow from our jib, but I'll take it.
Yeah,
if it gets us there faster.
Yeah, this is good. We're ripping, having fun.
Yeah. And the poodle is happy.
All right, we crossed into Mexican waters, so let's raise this puppy. Okay. Here we go. Now, if only our paperwork goes through as smoothly. That tip, let's make sure we got it.
The tip is a temporary import permit that needs to be canceled upon leaving Mexico, and we weren't sure if the previous owners even went to Mexico, let alone canceled it upon leaving. These things are a huge administrative headache, and they could potentially prevent us from bringing the boat into Mexico.
Okay, we're almost at the end of our trip.
We got ourselves in a little bit of a pickle.
Well, we don't know how, though. So this trip was only 60 miles direct, right? And it took us, how long? 15 hours?
Yeah.
It took us 15 hours. So we don't know what the hell we did, because it's not like we were goofing around. Like, we were making good sailing time. maybe just our direction. I feel like our course wasn't correct.
Yeah, maybe we just went a little bit too off course in the beginning.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways, now we're going to be docking at night, which is a first for us, and it's a marina we don't know. I'm actually not too worried. Leah's a little bit more stressed than me, but it's okay.
One of our buddies in our anchorage in San Diego messaged us on the radio. He left after us.
4 hours after us.
4 hours after us, and I think he already arrived in the marina, but he messaged us as he was passing us. He's like, hey, Cosmo. And we're like, how?
Yeah, we don't know. So we'll look at the charts later, but...
we'll look at our path to see, like, what our track.
Alright, let's focus on docking. See ya.
I think we just had the most stressful half hour of our life.
Yeah, we did.
And it was, I think, the smoothest docking experience that we've ever had.
It was really good. I love you.
Yeah.
We gotta walk our dogs and explode.
It was so good. It was very smooth. Literally the calmest conditions. And for, you know, a marina that we've never been in, docking in the dark, it was very smooth. It's a really good space.
All tied up. Dog's ready to go walk. Ron did a killer job. We both hopped off. And look how calm it is. Oh, we're so happy.
Good morning from our first morning in Mexico. We woke up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. There's that foreign country smell of like burning trash, because we both lived in several different foreign countries, and it's the non-American smell of foreign country trash, because other countries burn trash, you know? It feels surreal. I still can't believe we're in a different country. We're gonna walk this little nugget because he's our first priority, and then we're gonna go check in at the front office. Armand's kind of cleaning up our duck lines because I think we kind of threw everything around last night when we docked.
These are nicer docks than the docks in Monterey, California, where we paid a premium. Like, these are so nice. I'm not getting splinters or nothing.
So this is our spot. We're filling up our cans. It's pretty industrial outside, so this is like, you can tell out there. Actually, I think that's the seawall that I had to go around, so we had to like go past that really long seawall to get here.
And I said, when we were coming in, I'm like, hey, there's stadium seating. It was definitely those, like, it wasn't a stadium.
That's how dark it was. Yeah, it's really nice and calm and quiet here, and so far it's cold, but I think it'll warm up soon, and I think we're gonna stay here a couple days before we head down to Bahia Tortugas. There's another boat that we know here from San Diego that we're gonna check in with them. They've got a couple doggies too, and maybe we'll meet us some other cruisers. Thanks for watching. Join us next time as we check in with the port captain, dive into the administrative side of sailing internationally, and begin exploring our first Mexican port.